Hello Superset Maniacs and welcome back to my channel. Now that Mr. Olympia 2024 has come and gone, with Samson Dauda taking the crown, Hadi Choopan securing second and Derek Lunsford in third place, we've all had a chance to break down the results. I did my own in-depth analysis, as did plenty of other channels and outlets, but there's something new that just hit the scene. The 4K footage from Gilco Productions of the top 3. Make sure to follow his Instagram and subscribe to his YouTube channel. Find details in the description. This high quality footage is revealing details we might have missed during the initial coverage. So today I'm revisiting the top 3 comparison, diving back in to see if the story shifts when viewed in ultra crisp 4K. Let's see if there's more to the outcome than we first thought. Now, this footage is from the prejudging round, and here's where things get interesting. According to the prejudging scores, Samson and Hadi were tied with 8 points while Derek Lunsford sat at 15. The big question is, was Derek, the former champ, overlooked? A lot of fans and experts had him cracking the top 2 after prejudging. On the flip side, Hadi Choopan's fans are claiming that he was simply too crisp to lose. So our main objective today is to dive into this 4K footage and see if it reveals anything different. In this video we have 2 posing rounds between the top 3, first with Derek Lunsford in the middle and then with the new champ Samson Dauda. For the comparison, I'll focus on the second round where Samson is in the middle, perfectly aligning the top 3 like a podium. Let's break it down and see what the 4K footage reveals. Front double biceps. The first striking point I'm noticing is the difference in stature between Samson Dauda and the other 2. This has got to be a huge advantage for him throughout the whole comparison. Now Derek definitely looks soft on the right here, not only the upper body where we were used to him not being able to show the best definition, but also downstairs. Derek really missed his peak, it's quite visible. These are the types of details we missed watching that crappy low quality live stream, and this Gilco Productions footage reveals them. So this already looks like a battle between Samson and Hadi. Let's see. People claim Samson has weak arms, and of course he's not a Ronnie Coleman when it comes to this department, but he definitely has Hadi beat. Samson's biceps are long attached and are double the size of Hadi's. With some better conditioning like in 2023, even Derek would arguably push Hadi. But I digress. Samson also has a tinier waist than the Persian Wolf, but Hadi has the superior lats. Both have great torsos, but overall Samson might have the edge. For what it's worth, Derek beats them both if we take only the torso in isolation. But overall Derek is a distant third in this pose. Hadi and Samson are close for first, and based on this, I would probably give Samson the small edge. But to be perfectly honest, in the first round, where Samson was on the side, Hadi hit a much deeper vacuum, which might just win this pose for him. Hadi should always hold the front double this way, he wasn't consistent with this. Front lat spread. This is another pose that is clearly between Samson and Hadi. Aside from being soft, Derek was losing this pose regardless because of his proportions. But we have to give him credit. What's in his power to do, and I'm talking about the chest, where he got criticism in this pose, he definitely improved on. But like I said, he is third again. Hadi versus Samson is close again, but despite Samson's more imposing structure, what I notice from this angle is Hadi's superior lat development and also his better midsection. Samson's midsection was at his all-time best, but he was a bit sloppy here in the front lat spread. It was the same in the previous posing round. He left his stomach too relaxed in the front lat spread. Now, we didn't talk about the conditioning between Hadi and Samson, and all you Hadi fans were getting impatient already. It definitely looks like Hadi is drier, but not by the large margin people claim. In Hadi's defense, these strong lights are kind of washing out his details, but still, this is a 4K piece of footage. What more can we ask for than actually being there? Anyway, overall, I'd give this pose to Hadi Choopan. side chest. And this is the pose where nobody should dare to argue against Samson. Let's be real, every Mr. Olympia has his signature pose, and the side chest might actually be the one for Samson. He's got that big man's chest, to quote Mark's Max Muscle. He's got big round arms and shoulders and an improved side leg. He's clearly number one here. But the main story of this pose is actually Derek beating Hadi too. Let's get back to this instance where Hadi and Derek were standing next to each other, and what I'm seeing here is Derek still having the superior side leg even though it's not as strong as last year, and I'm also seeing Hadi's shoulders. I'm going to just leave it like this. Do what you gotta do, but own it when it looks bad, and it certainly looks bad, and you all know what I'm talking about. So in this pose, Samson is a distant first, Derek in second, and Hadi in last. Back double biceps. And unfortunately for Hadi's fans, this will be the second pose in a row where Hadi is going to get last place. Hadi has the least impressive back by far, it's the least developed and also the softest. When we look at him versus Derek from the back, it's literally the contrary from the front when it comes to details and dryness. So the question comes, is Hadi usually drier than Derek, or is it just genetics? One is drier from the front and the other is drier from the back. Anyway, Hadi is definitely last, but my question for you guys here is, who's taking first between Samson and Derek? It looks way closer than I personally thought. But here Samson definitely has the angle, as that right spot in this footage has definitely the worst angle, as the other two spots are definitely in the center of the focus. Now Derek Lunsford wins the back double for sure, but last year, for example, it was much more obvious. So it's another confirmation that Derek clearly missed his mark this year, and initially based on the crappy footage, I thought it was quite the opposite. I thought he actually improved. The back lat spread is a pose where Hadi looks much better, Derek looks less powerful than in the back double, and it looks like it could go to any of these three, even Samson, who improved his back drastically. Even from this other angle that was supposed to make him look worse, he still impresses me. His lower body also is much drier than anything I've seen before from him. Now, Derek definitely confirms one more time he was softer than last year. Those glutes were like zippers in 2023, and now they're pretty soft for Derek. Derek had two poses where he was obligated to win, namely the back poses, and he doesn't confirm in this second one. All three of them are close. If you choose any one of them to win, you wouldn't be wrong, but personally, based on this footage, I'd actually go with Samson Dauda for first. What do you think? Next is the side triceps, and somehow Samson's triceps look softer here than in the photos. Let's check out the other shot where he was on the side. I think this is a little better, but not as impressive as I remembered, to be honest. Now, this lower angle footage might not be the most advantageous for his execution, but still, I'm very impressed with what he pulled off in this pose this past weekend on the Olympia stage. Like I said before, he should always hit it like that. Between Hadi and Derek, in the pics, I had Derek because he looked like he dwarfed Hadi too much, but here we can clearly see the detail differences, especially through the chest and midsection, which can't give Derek more than last place here. Between Hadi and Samson, I actually like Samson more because besides others, he actually has the better triceps too. Too many people tend to forget that this is a triceps pose after all. So another win for Samson Dauda. Abs and thighs first, I want to give props to Derek. I mean, I can clearly see that he didn't skip abs day this past year. The guy listened to his critics, and what stands in his power he delivers, no doubt. His abs look clearly better than last year, even though he is definitely softer overall than in 2023, so good job Derek. But unfortunately he finds himself in last place again, further solidifying his third place finish. It would be interesting to see the finals call out, including Martin Fitzwater by Gilco Productions. Martin may break a lot of hearts in this 4K footage. Anyway, another pose between Hadi and Samson, and I won't keep the suspense much longer for you Hadi fans. Of course, the Persian Wolf is winning. This is his best pose, his signature pose. Like the side chest was for Samson and the back double for Derek, this is Hadi's lights out pose. One of the best ever actually. The last pose is the most muscular, another pose where your former Mr. Olympia, Derek Lunsford, falls to last. It's very clear to me now why he took third. It shouldn't even be a debate, even though it never was. At least not for him placing higher because of Martin Fitzwater, wink wink. Anyway, this comes down again between Hadi and Samson, and in this 4K video I can really see the argument for Hadi. His core is truly amazing. Too bad his arms and shoulders are on the other side of the spectrum, because otherwise Hadi would have been the best of all time in this pose. Those shoulders have their own story, while his weak triceps don't help either. Samson is a much rounder bodybuilder with a fuller chest, fuller arms and fuller shoulders, but indeed, he looks soft in the upper body compared to Hadi. This pose could go either way because of all these factors. I personally prefer Samson, but Hadi has a strong case too. But regardless of who would win this pose, since it's so close, it wouldn't change the final result. That should be already obvious. Samson Dauda was clearly the most balanced bodybuilder in this lineup. I mean, Derek is out of the discussion altogether. The straight third place votes from the judges really make sense now. But since the debate is still between Hadi and Samson, in my opinion this video showed that it wasn't even that close between Hadi and Samson. This piece of 4K footage actually proved to me that Samson was clearly the winner of this show, and it shouldn't even be a discussion. You guys saw this with me? Please tell me in the comment section if you saw anything different than what I'm saying here. Samson was first or second in every pose, and in the particular times he was second, it was close regardless, except for the abs and thighs. Maybe he is untouchable from the side. He drastically improved his back, where overall he beats Hadi now. And from the front, he might actually look the best from all these angles, since he really showcases his aesthetic and yet massive physique. This piece of footage closed this saga for Supersetman. The judges nailed it this year when it comes to the top 3. I have nothing to object based on what I've seen here. Samson was first, Hadi was second, and Derek a distant third.